Yin-Yang focus is the easiest way to get productive in 2025. I become 4 times more productive in 1 year. I'll get you the same in 1 month or less. Only if you watch this in full screen and actually focus. Please, bro. If you can focus just for this video, sorry, but you're doomed. First of all, do you even know about Yin-Yang? Do you know its origin? Let's start with Asian philosophy to understand it easier. There's dark and white side, called dualism, when dark represents feminine energy, when masculine energy represents white side. And like, those cannot live separate to each other. They can't be on their own. There always has to be neutralized. Dark is something about chaotic. White is something about calm, peaceful. Why am I bringing this up? There's focus and anti-focus. Focus cannot live without anti-focus. And you can be anti-focused all the time. You need to be focused. Like if you try to work and you watch those entrepreneurs and you try to repeat the same, like work 10 hours a day, remove all of your friends, go into your dark mode, you'll fail. But if you're always slacking, you're failing too. You know that by being stuck in a rut. So like, what is the easiest path to make 10K a month? What is the easiest path to like break productivity code and actually get what's meaningful to you? It's to be unfocused and focused at the same time. Like that is the art I've developed in 1 year of learning it. Let's start with the example. Do you remember those stupid games when you just had to collect some mana, some coins, and all of the game was just about touching, well, just about, tapping and getting some currency? Well, that's the same now. Imagine you're giving X units of focus per day. Units of focus represent your ability to focus, and I'm going to talk about it later. And you need to build a castle, you need to upgrade, you need to progress through the ladder, build your fans and stuff. And so every single day, you spend those points. You spend those units of focus anyways. Like, they're gone. And they'll return back next day only if you're in a white zone. Like, there's a recharge zone in Clash of Clans. In Clash of Clans, do you know those mines and collectors? By the night, they give a certain number of like coins, of elixir and stuff. You go in the white zone and you return your units of focus. But if you don't go in the white zone, you just spend units of focus. They don't recover. You don't get them back. They get back in small amounts. Those are rules of the game. And so, if you don't go in the white zone, next time you'll be given less units of focus. Less and less. It continues. So in some time, you'll be forced to go into the white zone. What am I talking about? White zone is the rest. You're giving units of focus to work to operate. You spend them anyways. Imagine, either you're working, either you're slacking. You still spend those energy points. Like your brain is still struggling when it reads news, when it's playing video games and stuff. And it's still struggling when you're working. Like, that doesn't matter where you spend them. But they're getting spent. You don't recover them if you don't go into white zone, which is rest, which is sleep, which is to be anti-focused. And so when you're getting less and less units of focus, represents burnout, represents the beginning of every single guy that hops up on self-improvement. Because I know for a fact you've been trying hard. I know for a fact you've been working like crazy. But it doesn't work out because you can't find a balance. You can't find the working way. And how it works the best with focus. Now we'll get to details. You have to be ultra-focused and ultra-anti-focused. Yin-Yang. You have to understand how to actually work deeply, how to crush your work without even looking at no distractions. And you need to know how to be super undisciplined, how to willingly rest and never think about your work. Those are two opposite polars that made Charlie Morgan millionaire, that made Hamza millionaire, that made William Brown millionaire. All of those dudes, they know how it fucking works. They can work for 4 hours non-stop with full focus. That's what allows them to stay where they are. You need to learn to work to your maximum capacity and rest as if like your life depends on it. You work and imagine that if you don't rest, you won't get the same amount next day. Like you're willingly refreshing your units of focus. But what do you usually do? You try to work for a whole fucking day. You don't know what rest is. Or your rest is playing video games or scrolling. Or arguing with your parents, I don't know. You don't know how to actually rest and you don't know how to actually work and retract those points. You don't realize with every single day, you have less and less capacity to work. You question yourself then, why can't I get shit done? Of course you can't. You're at 70% of your peak. And I'm being generous with 70. It's like 40. The half of your potential is sapped. Let's start with focus and then we'll move to anti-focus. Every single trick I know. First of all, let's get to how focus actually works. It is perfectly shown in a graph by Charlie Morgan. Focus works as a multiplier. So it's not that you're focused or not. It's how you're focused. How much you can focus. Let's take 3 guys. James, Mike, Nick. They have units of time, units of focus, units of productivity. We all have the same units of time. In this example, they all have the same 10 units of time. And now James has 2 units of focus. He barely focuses, right? She just learned about this concept. He has 20 units of productivity in total because remember, it works as a multiplier. Mike has 40 units of focus, which adds up to 40 units of productivity. Not bad, right? 2 times more productive than James. And remember, it does work like that. Guy with 4 units of focus will literally be 2 times more productive than guy with 2 units. But that's not the sweetest part. Nick has 10 units of focus, which is 100 units of productivity. He is literally 5 times more focused than James. I don't try to bullshit you. When you understand, when you actually focus for one time, you realize it's giving you so much more. Like when you're working 9 to 5, you cannot show your boss how great you work by being 10 times better. You can be 15% better than your colleagues. You can be slightly higher than them. But in this game, in knowledge work, in YouTube, you can be 100 times more. 100x more. There are no ceilings. It's how focused you are. This game doesn't end. It doesn't end at 10 units of focus. It ends whatever. So how can you improve focus? What is focused in simplified words? Its ability to concentrate on one singular task at the time for as much as possible without getting distracted. Even more simplified, focus is single tasking. Do you know about multitasking? It was fucking popular these years, but there's a trend for like 3 years to shit on it. And I'm completely down to it because multitasking is basically the opposite of focus. Every single instance you're multitasking, you're killing your focus instantly. How can you see that you increase your focus? You can stay for longer. You can stay on one task. You don't have no distractions. You're in the flow, and if you flow longer, it means you're increasing your focus. It's like muscle. You cannot make 10 videos a day. Someone can. It's someone's work day, but it is your work week. So that's how you can progress, by just allowing yourself to understand that single tasking is the key, bro. Single tasking is the only fucking way. Like if you want to get productive, like that's the only solution. If you just focus, you can forget about time management, you can forget about procrastination, you can forget about planning. If you just go deep into your shit, into your thing, you're gonna blow up. That's truly how it works. What about distractions? You need to get to live with distractions. Like, distractions are gonna be with you. Everyone tells you to remove them. That's sweet. Everyone tells you to do that. But let's be honest, it doesn't fucking work. If you block those dark and orange sites, you're still gonna open them. You're still gonna find a way. If you can't stop sitting on your phone, putting it in another room won't help it. You're just gonna crave it even more, and you go and take it like in the next 15 minutes. Get to live with them. Put your phone in front of your fucking face when you're working. If you don't have no urge, if you stop the urge to scroll, then you won. Then you get to live with distractions. Put some hot girl on Instagram in front of you. If you can stop the urge, then you finally understood how it works. And it's so important. Everyone try to kill distractions, but it's not how it works. They reappear. Your brain will crave for dopamine. It's just controlling those hormones. It's not removing them, which you physiologically can't do. You can't remove your hormones. Every single time you get into flow, you focus automatically. So this is the cheat code to focus. Like rewire your brain that every single time you enter a flow state, you're focused. When you lose a sense of time, when you're completely drowned in one task and you forget about everything around you, it's easy to enter flow. Like when you're doing some work or you're studying, after 15 minutes, completely forget about the hardness you had in the beginning. You forget about all those problems, or your aching back, or I don't know, like your family arguing and stuff. You just do your shit, which is exactly what we need. Do not make it seem like you're trying to focus. You try to flow. You'll notice on yourself that it's a lot easier now. And actually, the less you work, the better. Real focus is not lasting long. Like you cannot focus for 12 hours a day. Hypothetically, you can remove distractions. You can close your room. You can isolate from reality and just stare at your computer screen, thinking you're locked in. But after 4th or 5th hour, you're just not gonna be able to extract the same amount of work. You're just gonna be as concentrated. That's like nature. You didn't train your muscle of concentrating. So you're gonna be focused only the first half. The last 6 hours, you're just doing bullshit work. You have to, on the contrary, squeeze the time, squeeze the block, make it so little, but you're gonna be so focused, but you're gonna be so locked in that the amount of work you're getting done per unit of time is huge. So when you have a lot of work done in less time, then it actually shows your ability to focus. If you're able to get the same work done in 1 hour rather in 2, now we can say that you're closer to your goal. Now we can say that you can actually work, and getting to 10K a month or becoming 2 times more productive is not that hard. Like if you're able to do someone's work week in work day, bro, you're unlocking some cheat codes. Come on. Like I became 4 times more productive in 1 year. I'm not joking. I started making 16 to 18 videos a month instead of 4 by actually giving myself less time. I've been able to do that by repeatedly getting up and giving myself less time but doing more, like squeezing myself, removing what is not necessary for me and doing just what I need. Like I could edit my whole fucking day, but I'm not getting much done. Next day I'm still gonna have to script and record the video. So right now I'm not editing at all. I'm cutting my video, but I'm not adding those effects and stuff. I just record and script. Let's move to anti-focus. You'll be forced to rest when you burn out. Prevent that by resting every single day in small doses. Like you have to have discipline to be undisciplined. I learned this from Charlie Morgan. Like he's a multi-billionaire in revenue. He's making 10 million a year. He's talking about he's talking about resting. He's talking about being undisciplined, willingly putting out work and just enjoying your life, getting the fruits of life. I think he knows something more than us. And I'm not talking about that rest when you scroll on TikTok. That actually saps your energy. Like when you're scrolling or when you're playing video games, you get more fatigued. So it's like you do the actual work, like making videos, but then you do hypothetical work for your brain, like video games. Stop that shit. Actually, make your brain relax. Like what is not draining? Walking, reading some light fiction, some hobby you enjoy that doesn't take away energy from you. You do it effortlessly. You have to have clear shutdown time. The next second you've done some block, you're gonna shut off everything and never think about work till the next day. That time is that white zone when you're retrieving your units of focus. The more disciplined you are with that time, the more you're gonna get the next day. We're training the evening for tomorrow's morning. You're willingly not doing the work to wake up next day when you have more energy, when you have more potential to get some meaningful shit done. And you'll get it done in the morning. I'm shutting down everything at 7 or 6 p.m. I don't do nothing related to work after. I'm fully letting my brain to like stop thinking about work, stop being loaded. And what can you do next? You've understood all of the principles. Be focused and being anti-focused. But how to grow actually? You can grow focus vertically and horizontally. Horizontal growth is what I've described to you. You're getting more done in the same time. But then when you squeeze your maximum, when you basically can't do more in those 2 hours, you go and grow vertically. You add time. You just sit more. So in 1.5 hours, how much more can you get done? And then you grow horizontally. It's like the square for the first time, but then it grows horizontally and then grows vertically, and you fill it up horizontally. You grow vertically and you do the same shit and you fill up the square. You work a lot of hours and you're working for as much as possible. No one told you that about focus. I'm the first guy to tell it. And I have much more secrets that make you 2 times more productive, that will make you 2 times more results in your business. If you just click on the link below, if you book a call with me, and I'll make you 2 times more productive in 21 days. Guaranteed. I'm gonna see you on a call or watch this video right here. Bye.